Have you noticed how quiet Netflix is? All their social media, they're absolutely silent. They didn't jump at the chance when Meghan Markle published that IG post video, whatever you want to call it, saying at least eight lies. Complete silence. Complete silence, not one endorsement. And we know that it is in Netflix's benefit to promote Meghan Markle's brand because, according to her, they have partnered with her and they're going to be distributing her products. But the interesting part is going to be which products are they going to distribute or promote when she has relaunched a brand that never launched to begin with. But before we do this, I have a very interesting question to ask all of you beautiful people because when you're a parent and you really love your children, especially when they're toddlers, yes, they can be a little bit of a handful, but you love them. Every time you talk about them, especially when when you're away from them, your face, without even you wanting it, it lights up. And you talk about it, because of course they're your children and you love being a parent. But it seems that for Harry, that's not the case because he was caught actually complaining about having children. Can you imagine if somebody's talking to you? Let's say in this case, you're talking to Harry and he asks you if you have children and you say no, he's going to be, I'm about to be a father in a few weeks. And his response is the worst. And I'm going to show it to you, and we're going to discuss this a little bit before we get into what happened at Netflix's offices yesterday and what happened to Meghan Markle and why Netflix is remaining quiet. Sometimes silence speaks volumes. So, this is Harry speaking to the interviewer. We know we've heard this. This is after the Archie remarks, by the way. But listen to the end of this discussion.
You have kids?
So my wife and I actually expecting in a few weeks.
Okay.
Our first child.
Okay.
So you guys are further ahead than we are. What's the journey to parenthood like?
It's amazing. I think one or two kids is probably enough. I definitely think that. I know some people got five. I just say, well, that's your own fault. Having kids is amazing, but it's a journey. Every single day, every single week they just grow and they change. And I love the questions that they ask, the experiences and the challenges they give you.
Uh, did you notice how Harry said congratulations? I remember what it was like when when Archie was born, how great it felt. It really changes you. Those are the standard answers that anybody who has children and is happy to have children have. You don't say, I love the questions they ask. Oh, yeah, I forgot because, of course, Archie talks about landmines. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, of course, that could be challenging. But yeah, not one. Oh, that's wonderful. And then he throws that dig where he says one or two is more than enough. People who have more than that. So is that a dig at Prince William because he has three children? Why is he criticizing people who have five children? And this comes from a man who supposedly being a father is his priority while spending most of his time away from his toddlers. Probably he doesn't like the fact that the children question, why aren't you here all the time? Or maybe he's angry because now he's stuck with Meghan Markle now that they faked having two children. But I want to know from you, if you can tell me, please, if you think that is a normal answer, that they are a challenge, that they love the questions. Not once did he congratulate this man for having a children, for being a first time parent. You know, I mean, what do you make of that? Because that doesn't sound like a happy parent to me. That doesn't, when you're a father, you brag about your children. I mean, he just finished talking to this man about how Archie asked him about landmines. And yet, because according to him, this kid must be a genius. I mean, I don't know what they exposed this child to, but I mean, if the only thing you have to say about your children, your 3 and 5 year old children, is that they ask good questions, and then you don't say it's wonderful being a father, I love it, it's a great experience, then I think either he's not a father or he resents having those children because they now represent a chain that he's attached to Rachel Meghan Markle permanently. I mean, what do you guys think? Because I don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm a parent. I'm a parent, and I don't get why he behaves that way. Is that the normal behavior of a father who loves his children? Now, getting back to the Netflix situation with Rachel, Meghan Markle, and what happened yesterday. It is unbelievable that Netflix, in spite of the fact that Meghan Markle has made them zero money because they knew that this woman is she's like a slots Vegas machine. Sometimes when you always go and going and you just keep putting money and you never win, are they hoping they're going to hit it big once? And that's going to make up for all the bad reputation, the bad name, all the cancellations that they're getting from people. I mean, I don't get it, because the brand, as ever, which is registered in New York, even they know how toxic Meghan Markle is. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because even they know, as soon as the word as ever popped up that Meghan Markle put out, they tried to distance themselves from this horrible woman. And we're going to see it right now. This is as ever New York City. Now, this is very interesting because the owner felt compelled to put this, and he says, "I want to say thank you to all the old friends who know and love our small family brand as ever, and also say hi to all those that have just become aware we exist. In the last 36 hours, there has been an outpouring of support and concern regarding recent events around our namesake brand. We are aware. We are not affiliated." They make the point to stress the point that they have nothing to do with the toxic brand affiliated to Rachel Meghan Markle. This venture started back in 2015 when I reworked vintage military to make our signature tanker pant for my wife, Astrid Dahl, as a side hobby. It was followed by a pink jumpsuit that quickly became a cult classic. In 2017, As Ever became official and I started manufacturing. There are several women and events that were instrumental in the creation of our brand. I want to thank them again. I also want to thank, he's thanking some people. Without all of them, As Ever would not exist. It's 2025. We're grateful to still be here making clothing in New York and New Jersey. We're grateful for all the customers coast to coast and worldwide that have supported our venture. We will continue. As ever, Mark Kolsky. I mean, and how can this man have more business sense than Netflix? Look at their stories here, because he starts putting there, and then he goes, just royally scandalous run of the mill Tuesday. As ever, NYC forever. This guy has more common sense than Netflix. And I mean, the fact that this man has to put out a statement because he knows he's getting a lot of negativity from this name that he created himself. And he had properly trademarked, because he also issued another statement saying that his business is properly trademarked. What did I tell you in my video yesterday? That Meghan Markle was going to use Arrow, American Riviera Orchard, and basically just change the name. And that's it. I mean, this woman is just like, she writes and then she erases. She's relaunching a brand she never relaunched. And now it's As Ever official by Meghan. Isn't that amazing? And of course, she has this really, really stupid thing. I don't know why she has to pour the honey from up above. And she has that jam. But why does she have that jam when we now know that American Riviera Orchard is dead in the water? It does not make sense. And then she puts in her stories, she puts the video rather than putting the video in the permanent post to let people know she's back. Could it be because she's not going to be back for long, given all the legal issues that she's having around? And this is why Netflix is so angry. Because Meghan Markle is using both her Instagram accounts to promote herself. Like, this is her. She posted this video, the one that she should have posted in the As Ever official, here as one of her achievements. She posted Invictus as one of her achievements, when we know that that is not why. And talking about Invictus, Dominic Reed complained about the press coverage of Invictus. How, they didn't do such a good job. Could it be? Could it have something to do with Meghan Markle? Do they not get it? And here we're going to get to the crux of it. This is the Netflix Instagram account. You can also go to their YouTube. You can go to their X post, and you're not going to find any posting about Rachel Meghan Markle. And if you say, oh, they don't post that often, this is their last post. This is, no, this is pinned here. 16 hours ago. There's absolutely nothing about Rachel Meghan Markle reposting that video that she did, not even in their stories, guys. And if you go to X, you're also going to find that they're not reposting her stuff. And what is worse is that they're not even following as ever. And I'm showing it to you right now. Nothing. They're not following the brand where that Meghan advertised that, oh my God, I'm so excited they partnered with me. But clearly Netflix is not excited that they partnered with her. To make matters worse for Rachel Meghan Markle, I'm directly on the page of Trademarks. It's still pending. As ever, it's still pending. And she has non-medical skincare, but I'm going to show you what this woman has done. Because this woman has, and as you can see here, it's since 2022. I remember when I reported this about a year and a half ago, and I said, this is her company, because we know that she's been trying to trademark a lot of things, and everybody called me crazy. Well, as ever, I was right. The reason people were warning the owners of As Ever New York City, it's because in a trademark, they can object if it's going to create brand confusion. If both companies are basically making the same products or selling the same products. In this case, you're going to be shocked because there is brand confusion. And this is why these people should be concerned, and they should object, because this is the official thing of everything, right? And it says here, live application under examination. Okay. Finally, about yesterday, they hadn't assigned anybody to it, right? Let's not forget that Meghan Markle still about now, less than 2 weeks, about 2 weeks from launching. This still has not been authorized. But as ever, that's normal with Meghan Markle. But I want to show you what she's going, okay, to ask for. I mean, she's going for everything. She's going to, like, I think she was trying to trademark as many brands as possible just to see which one would stick. Non-medicated skincare, gardening towels, garden shears, garden weeding forks, everything, downloadable audio recordings, nonfiction. I mean, everything to do with television, lamps, strings, stationery, envelopes, blank note cards, topics related. I mean, everything, full self-care, textiles. And this is where she gets, and could be an issue with As Ever, because she's going into textiles and they work anything that has to do with textile decor, bed, house, everything, household for pets. Remember when I did my video, I talked that she was also doing things for pets. Remember that? Household linen, blankets. I mean, everything under the sun, meditations. Look how much stuff, retail store services and online retail stores featuring wide variety of goods. So broadcasting, creation, development. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So this is why there could be a brand conflict with As Ever New York. So this is why things are getting out of hand. And this is even without counting the possible lawsuit of the logo, how she stole the historical logo from a city of Mallorca, and the mayor is getting ready to take legal action. So Netflix, first of all, Meghan Markle railroaded Netflix. This is so typical of Meghan, because do you guys remember when Prince Harry was forced to put out that statement, say, leave my girlfriend alone? Remember that, guys? This is what she does. She forces her way. She says things publicly. She was told when she did that Vanity Fair article when she was still just dating Harry not to mention him. But no, she puts it out because she railroads her way into things. She puts people in positions that, so public that it's hard for them to walk it back, because she finds weak people. And I find that Netflix is being very weak, or very woke, whichever way you want to see it, because I don't understand. I thought that Netflix was in the business of making money. They have seen how Meghan Markle absolutely tanks everything, the negative comments under that show, how tone deaf it is, all the backlash of her fake humanitarian, following the people from the LA fires, being, I mean, called tourist disasters, and Netflix still with that. Now Netflix had enough, and they got legal. They finally called the lawyers in because they wanted to break the contract for breach of terms, because Meghan Markle is supposed to have had the logo and brand secured and the products, because Netflix is not going to make the products for her. She has to secure premises. She has to make those products, or at least procure them from wherever she's going to procure them, because she hasn't secured a factory. She hasn't. What is she going to sell? What is she going to sell? That jam? Where is she going to get it? From China? And then she's going to stamp the as ever? Well, how is that going to happen? Because this has to happen very quickly. Unless, of course, she calls in somebody who has a lot of power and influence in California. Wink, wink. And even that person couldn't make the American Riviera Orchard patent happen. So if the people from As Ever New York City object to her brand, stealing her brand, their brand, it's going to be a long battle. She won't be able to showcase any products, or Netflix won't be able to distribute any products. So they're fed up. They have had enough. They called her yesterday to a meeting because after she posted that video, and as I said in my video yesterday, Netflix knows that she's lying. And Netflix knows that we know that they know that she's lying, that she bold-faced lie, that she has not secured that brand because it's still pending. That no, she didn't stop, or she didn't abandon the American Riviera Orchard venture or brand. No, she couldn't get the patent. She couldn't secure it. And the problem is that they do everything so publicly. And then they think we're going to forget about what they did. Why? This is one of the advices I always say. Why doesn't she just do everything quietly? And once they have everything ready, like the paperwork, which is the most basic thing, once you have secured the paperwork and you have the products, on a warehouse or something like that, that's when you launch a product. Not now, when you don't have anything. The trademark for As Ever is still pending. She doesn't have any products. What is she going to do? She's going to buy cheap jam from someplace, because she's capable of doing that, and just, sticking the label on it and saying this is As Ever, and Netflix distributed to through malls. And they want to end the contract. And what does Meghan do? What does Meghan do to put an end to such a difficult meeting? She faints. Oh my God, she fainted. They had to stop the meeting because she fainted, because it was just too much for her. She only meant to do good. It's not her fault that, those stupid trademark people, it's not their fault. It's her assistant's fault. It's her lawyer's fault. It's our fault, because we just don't get this woman who has been accused of bullying, not only in the United Kingdom, but in the United States, everywhere, even in Canada. So, does she think that by fainting or by continuing to lie in public, that we're going to believe her lies? Doesn't she understand that we're onto her now? That her lies are very public and very easily debunked? Why is Netflix sticking to this person? Although from what I heard yesterday, they want to break the contract for breach of terms, because she hasn't been able to fulfill those terms. Because the whole cooking show was based on launching a brand where everybody would make money. And that's not the case. So what can we do about the fainting Duchess, guys? Poor little Meghan. But why? Why? Do you guys think that I have a feeling that this cooking show is not going to air. She has less than 2 weeks if As Ever New York City people don't oppose her trademark, because there is plausible brand confusion, because she's also going into textiles. And these people have trademarked their company As Ever for textiles, because it's clothes making, so what's going to happen then? Is this why we were seeing all those interviews and all those articles that they want to postpone the show even longer? Just because of the LA fires. Are we still buying that lie? Are we still buying that lie? What do you think Netflix is going to do if every time they call Meghan Markle with the lawyers? Because they don't want to be involved in any horrible lawsuit with Spain over a logo and over a trademark that she hasn't even secured. She's costing them money. She's not making money for Netflix. She's not worth the trouble. There's a L'Oreal commercial that said, "You're worth it." Well, for Netflix, Meghan is not worth it. Please leave me your comments, beautiful people.